There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents of them. The work with my life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clear body, so make you. I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And you no money, the more I you. And you love our money, the more I you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. So she work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From 10,000 Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Backbulu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa. Sktv, we are the best around the world. That's why some of us, we don't easily sleep, and I like the life. Because sometimes too, you got to make yourself busy, no matter which situation, no matter where you find yourself, what are you following the global news? What are you following the things that are happening around the world? Because some of us here, the razor blade we use to even barb our hair or to cut our hair come from outside. So I will not sleep. I have to know even if I in Guinea ready, my eyes will be open so I can know exactly, because pepper all come from Guinea. So I have to know what's happening in Guinea. But again, people, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Today is Wednesday, for a matter of fact, May week edition of the Sktv show. Thank you for joining us as usual. Those of you always following us, what are you in Mangibi? Our people there in Mangibi, Car City. Also, good evening to all of you. Good afternoon, good morning. Our people there in Bon County, in Bomi County. Our people there in Grand Jere, our people there in Lofa. Even though the few times you don't been too happy with the situation in Lofa between the Liberia and that of Guinea border or the Sonoma end there, indeed. God be God, God will work things out the same way Iran and US having dialogue. By the grace of God, our things will work out through our government and all the people of Guinea. So we'll be able to have dialogue, and our mothers, our fathers, our uncles, our brothers, our sisters will be able to go back to their farms. These are kind of life some of us we grew up told. And we grew up with these kind of lives. And just imagine when Donald Trump talk about civilization, what came to my mind? Let me tell some of you. They have the motto. I don't know whether some of you know the motto and the pencil. That we used to beat the rice. When Donald Trump said something, it came my mind back. You have to have the pencil to beat the rice. And up to now, our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, our uncles, they are still beating rice like that. the age, the old age tradition. You know, God gave human being knowledge and so forth back to back. Sometimes you start some kind of way first. Then when you go back after some time, then you improve on the knowledge. Now how God looking. What can just make you just give you raw knowledge that you be running with? No, no, no. So our forefathers by then they said, no, we can make the rest. Then we're not able to take the debt from over the rest, you know. The rest can eat, and some of you the rest that you see where the machines can, you know, take all of the debt out and they put it into the bag and you go out there, you buy it just that they're already prepared. Yeah. So that's how we used to, or if I did a mindset that came out to our, or if I, you know, in the mind of our people, they say, okay, when we grow the rice, after some time when the rice come on, the rice, or if I, after harvesting the rice, now what's the way forward? How can we remove the debt from on the rice? So the mind was, okay, let's first lay mortar, you know, yeah, and be able, if I, and let's first pencil, or the you know, pencil that we can use. And now they want the children can we came to school, no. So that's how people start to beat the rice, take all the debt from all the rice, and the rice, you know, when you let that now when it's clean, then you cook the rice and you eat the rice because the debt can be on the rice. So these are lifestyle where you're talking about civilization, that he would destroy the civilization of Iran. He didn't say you're going to kill Iran people, no, but some of you, again, you're not on yourself on anything, so you're just misinterpreting and saying your own thing. So at this age and time, our people say beating rice in a matter. They say beating it. No change in this age and time. Go Lofa, go Grand Mount, go Bombay. Where you Bombay? Where? Even Grand Bassa, right here. Grand Bassa, like 3 counties that near the capital. Bombay, Margibi. I think Margibi, they're trying a little bit because of, you know, the transition now and then. People are moving to Margibi because Grand Bassa, I think, a little bit distant, but Margibi right here. So people are moving into Margibi. But go Margibi, go Bombay, and go Grand Bassa. The 3 counties. Counties that are very near the capital. Go see the lifestyle. Go see the life of our people. They will tell you that we're not even going nowhere soon. Well, again, good evening. All of you, Vince Shears, Chinion Bar, thank you for watching. Doris Tournier Thompson, thank you for watching. We did among also watching. Help us share the show. Those of you who are watching with us, sorry, last evening we were having some technical difficulty, which of course we have to go away and leave the rest of the team on the show last evening. And also, unfortunately, we couldn't take calls from our, you know, from our people, you know, yeah. So we sincerely apologize for that. Yeah, at least even though, yeah, that is it. But King asked for right. I know some of you know this story that I'm explaining. I know some of you pass through these stories. You look, we used to fishing. Yeah. Life not easy. Let me say, see you serving the kind of life you're meeting in. Well, then where are we? 20 years ago, we stayed into this in life. So let me see. Jensen Jean, thank you for watching. Robert Fasilu Jacqueline, you please give us like, comment, and share. That will be good for us this evening. We will talk about the president's request to the legislature for 10 days that they should come back and do some work. They have some work to do in 10 days, which of course they will start on tomorrow. Tomorrow they will start active work after their break. Mind you, they went for a break. I think that was on the 19th of March. Yes, they went for a break, and they're supposed to resume in May, yeah, according to the Constitution. But again, based on the prevailing situation, the president said, no, I have some major issues, so I have to call them. So we'll look at that this evening. We'll look at the request from the president that the legislature should come and do some work. And some of the work will be to talk about additional printing on new money and to look at the supplementary payroll, the budget, rather, the supplementary budget and other things, you know. So, and that's another one today. And also we'll look at the widespread reactions of the taxations. Look, the way I want to open my little barber shop, I want to leave, yeah, man. They will go put tax on it again. So We will be looking at the taxes, the taxations, the latest news from all over. The newspaper just fly up and down from the Liberia National Police, increase on, as you may call it, the police clearance also. The Liberia National Fire Service also, they had their latest release also about people paying annual fees for fire service activities, or as you may call, and the Liberia National Tourism Authority also talking about the Kobo shop. They should be able to pay tax or to do taxations. The barbing shop, the beauty salon, the content creators, and the entertainers, the dancer. Let me tell me, entertainment will be expanded on and do. Yeah, good evening, Maxwell M. Stotter. Good evening, thank you for watching from the Sktv-Lib, my dear brother, thank you. So I hope some of you prepare yourself for the tax. You got to pay a tax actually on a very serious note. But let me see, Monk is here already. Let me bring Monk on. Monk, my dear good friend and brother, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Monk. Well, so Monk is still preparing. We'll get Monk on. Monk, are you there? All right. So I think Monk still having some technical difficulty. But Polari Moses Lago, thank you for joining us also. And the rest of you who are joining, please help us, give us a like, comment, and share. I have this video. I also got a video. Let me see. I wonder what are the videos. Yeah, let me see. Look. Oh God, yeah, man.
We had a contract with the abhorrent government and the yellow machine should start.
What would do the share?
I didn't know that. Do you know what happened? It's a yellow machine in Ivory Coast. They make a first stop there. They're going to offload the ship, and then they're going to drive the yellow machine through Lima County into Monrovia. Is that how it works?
Was that part of the plan, or something happened?
I don't know. Let's ask Johnson. Chelsea, was that part of the plan?
Oh man, this is the Unity Party government. Anything possible.
But what are yellow machine going to do in Ivory Coast?
We should be asking your man, Jeremiah Queen.
No, Jeremiah Queen is not on the yellow machine committee again.
No, man, it's
Samuka. It's Samuka.
No, Jeremiah Queen, he negotiated the purchase of the machine. He went China. He made all the negotiations. So
No, man. Again, I will say this to you. Emmanuel, you quiet. Did you tell the government to take the yellow machine of Ivory Coast? Do you know that 2 of the yellow machines were spotted in Sierra Leone? They were spotted in Sierra Leone. The Liberia National and confiscated.
Maybe are you there?
And brought it back to Liberia.
Sincerely apologize if the video is tripping, so we don't have to continue with that. Mark, yeah, I'm here, Mark. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning.
Well, I'm okay. I'm doing great. I think it's just afternoon, 1:13 in the Twin City.
Okay.
The refugee men and several found I was in the same region in America. We are part of the Midwest, one of the coldest states in America, one of the most inconsistent weather ever. We are bipolar, but this is why we signed up for. So it's good to be here. Benjamin, what's up?
Yeah, thank you. I like that.
I'm doing good, guys. What's going on? Welcome. I'm here.
Yeah, well, more thank you. You are quite correct. Also, from our end here too, I don't know about Ben, but the sun is very hot here. And you know, by this time, we almost between the rainy season and now the dry season, or in fact, between the dry season and now the rainy season. So, but I don't know about Ben. Ben, what's up? How you in? How the weather?
Monk and I were in the same place, so nothing different.
Okay.
Yeah, anything that happening for me, happening for him. That's what I said from the beginning.
Wonderful. Mark, socially, do you have any social news quickly, maybe before we transition to the internet? We'll just take 5 minutes on international news. We don't want to eat all of our time today on that. Maybe take 5 minutes on that. Maybe 10
you can
minutes
do 5 minutes international. We got like an hour and a half.
Okay. I have no problem because I don't want to eat all of our time.
We don't do social. We do social issue on Thursday when the chairman is
okay.
There.
All right, no problem. So go ahead, brother. You're right. Go ahead.
No, not bad. I mean, not much going on. We just monitor the situation. I think the so-called peace deal that was trying to be brokered by the prime minister from Pakistan. I think it's dead in the waters already. Within 2 hours after the deal was first announced, I think Iran launches cluster ammunition and ballistic missiles in Israel. So the Israeli came up with a saying that while we are fighting Iran, Hezbollah is not part of any agreement that will be signed. So we got to take care of Hezbollah, anything. So they were attacking both Iran and Hezbollah yesterday. But we'll still see how it goes. Sometimes you don't have a total structure in Iran. So sometimes you might end up communicating with two different groups because people mistaking what happened in Iran. The ICRG, they are different from the typical Iranian military. People don't understand those two. Those ICRG, they were the ones that were totally loyal to the Alatoya and Himolas. They are the religious group as opposed to the country's military. So now the way you get the entire leadership kind of decimated and in this array, sometimes when you're going through backdoor channels, you need to know who you're talking with and the clear objective. So it will become a tough thing. Maybe the ceasefire might go through, but from the look of things, it means they're already been violated within the first 2 hours. But we'll see. Maybe cooler heads will prevail and it might continue. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. That's the only thing I saw. The only latest development right now. Nothing more.
Yes, Ben, what say you? Because myself, I'm following and I'm seeing that maybe the place may be likely close. I'm seeing that Iran is not joking. But I think more like you said, my brother, I think but anyway, Ben, go ahead first.
What I can say about that so far is that the peace deal, it was not even a peace deal because these both groups are people that can lie. So the Iranians are known for lies. They play into lies and propaganda, that's their area. The president of the United States is not a true teller. He says a lot of things that are not true, and the people will say, don't listen to what he says, just don't listen to the things that he does. So when true is not your forte, it's very difficult for the people to believe you. So now you can find that both countries now are faced with this dilemma where who is actually telling the truth? Because right after this deal was broke, one group was showing up 15 plan, another group was showing up 10-point plan. It didn't even spend 2 hours. That's what I knew this thing was not going anywhere. And now for them to even go to sign a deal between America and Iraq, it made no sense. You know that these two countries are fighting along with other countries. So if you want to have the ceasefire, you have to have Israel and Hezbollah. Everybody has to come to the table. But because these people are not serious, that's why this is a game. Again, watch what I tweeted yesterday. Nobody is going to win this thing. People are going to die, and people are going to make money out of it. This whole thing is a game. I will stop there.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ben. Brother Ali just joining us. Brother Ali, good morning, good afternoon. What's up, and dear brother? How have you been?
Good afternoon, Maybon. Good afternoon, Ben. Good afternoon, Mom. And good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. Glad to be here this afternoon. Yes.
Wonderful. So we start with the international news. What say you, Ben and brother Mom? They just said from all indications, everybody now we are all concerned as to what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks because from all indication, tension is growing again after the peace deal, or as you may call ceasefire, and tension is now blowing back to back from all indications. What say you?
Yes, I think we are all on the same path. Yes, let's look and see what's going to happen in these 2 weeks. But for me, I believe that something was discussed because I know a President Trump, when he speak and he told you that if Iran couldn't come to a deal last night, 8 o'clock, they were going to see what was going to happen. And I trust Donald Trump for that. He talk and do. He's don't dare come and say something because he feel that talking, he want to be in the news, he want to be all on social media. Before coming to tell you that, they already did a calculation and everything was set. So whether Iran, you make yourself, your human being, you make yourself with land or whatsoever, that couldn't change a plan. So all of this, they are talking, oh, this and that, what have you. I know something was said. There was some deal that went on before President Trump was able to put stop to what he said. and we look forward to see what's going to happen in the 2 weeks. And if they can come back to say or do what they're supposed to do within the 2 weeks, I know President Trump, and I stand with him. We will make sure Iran will come to their knees. There will be peace in the Middle East. Thank you.
Wonderful, Mark. I listened to Ben, and Ben stressing a very, very good point that some of the games, some of the people, they are also doing a lot of things that, for myself, I'm a little bit concerned, because why you want to have a peace deal and you live in Israel, you live in the other group of the rebels, or actually call them, you leave everybody out, and you say you want peace. Which type of peace is that? Is that a game, more? Are you sensing something, or people are there playing on? What people still concerned though? How come tension is now blowing up again after ceasefire?
Well, that's why I keep telling folks, we are not dealing with a conventional leadership in Iran. We are dealing with a radical theocracy. You don't use conventional wisdom when you are dealing with an unconventional adversary. That's it. The reason you got Islamic Jihad, the reason you got Hamas, the reason you get Hezbollah, those are proxies for Iran. Without Iran, they cannot survive. That's why they got this splinter group. Because Iran calculation is, when you go into a warfare with Israel, you got to distract them on all front. That's why they got the Houthis rebel in Saudi Arabia, they get Hamas in the West Bank and the Gaza, they got Hezbollah in Lebanon. So you got, when you attack the snake, you kill the snake from the head. You don't go to the tail. If you want to go and negotiate with a Hezbollah, does that even make any sense to you that you go into an international peace deal to go put Hezbollah on the table? I don't understand sometimes. You're dealing with Iran. If Iran is using Pakistan, or we are using a third party to come to the negotiating table, right? Iran should tell her proxy to keep in check. You cannot be talking there about D, then you get Hezbollah and Hamas, because that was the main intent why they created this local domestic terrorist group to surround Israel. Because they are terrorists. They are not like a legitimate government. Israel can walk into a deal with Iran. Before the leadership got wiped out, you can talk to them, or you can talk to any. Why do you think Israel went to the Abraham Accord and signed deal with the entire Arab war? Because those are legitimate government. Who wants to go to a deal with other countries and you can bring Hamas or Hezbollah or Islamic Jihad to the table? Come on, man. Be serious for one, bro.
Well, thank you, Mr. Dishu is here. Yeah. That was Mr. Dishu. Mr. Dishu, good evening. What's up? I have a friend. Mr. Dishu?
Yeah, hello. Hello, Monk. Refugee man.
Yeah.
Masale.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
Good.
I always got a different point on this war because, I'm from Europe. I'm from Europe, and my analytical points come from what we are bearing here in Europe. We all were waiting last night to see the destruction of civilization done by the Americans. But it had come to a halt. And it got a 10-point that is supposed to follow to have the Gaza Hamas open. And the 10 points, the military of the Iranians are still in control. And the Americans have agreed. So who won the war? Who winning this war? It's a serious thing that we have to think about. We cannot think on one side. We have to think about all sides. I'm not in for the Iranians. No. The destruction that they caused to their own people, it was felt by everyone who have a human heart. But the way how America went around it, from the influence of Israel, have put this war at a different pace. And now the question is, who is winning or who have won the war? I believe nobody won the war. The war has been won by China, Russia. Those are the two people who have won the war, because those are the people who have gained in a short space of time billions of dollars. All the oil and petrol thing that are going to pass through the Gaza Strip right now, they're going to pay in the Chinese currency. America can't do anything about that. They accepted the 10 points because America believes that they cannot go further. You building ammunition to stop a 20,000 thing that being attacked on you. all the ammunition that America had made is for sale. America is not a fighting country. America got the greatest army in the world. We all know it. But America have not won any war. America did not win the war in Vietnam. America did not win the war in Afghanistan. Russia did not win the war in Afghanistan. Nobody wins a war in any part. That is why it has proven that the Persian Gulf people have still stand tall, which are the Iranians now. All of the empires that fought them, all the empires crashed. The Soviet Union, when it went on them, the Soviet Union crashed after that. So there's a historical thing about the Iranians. These are peculiar kind of people. And their doctrine is embedded into the citizenry. You know, this is something that they believe in. This is something that they're going to follow. And it's hard to break that kind of chain, you know, when the people are involved mentally into their own setting. You know, it's hard. So America trying to convince them, America was supposed to win the war the first time when the government started to go out against the people. The internet was out there, all of us saw it. But once they closed the internet off, there was no communication, and everything that happened within the people's setting, they don't know much what is happening on the outside. Only the leaders. So America is into something that they cannot get out. They're going to get out now because they believe that they have spent billions of dollars in a short space of time and it has been no end result. So until then, we can go further. Thank you.
Hey, people, can I just make a short, I don't know
yes, go ahead,
correction around to what Mr. Dishi said. So, Mr. Dishi, there are two plans out there, and because these people are now, and it's from what I'm hearing from you, you only saw the one from the Iranian side, but there are two plans. America has a 15 plan. So America is also saying that they agreed to our 15 plan, and they are also saying America agreed to our 10-point plan. So there is not just one 10-point. Nobody knows which of these two were actually agreed to. But yeah, so it is not just the 10-point plan out there. There's a 15-point plan from the United States side as well. I just wanted to make sure that I put that one there.
Wonderful, thank you, Mark. Any other thing before we transition, because we're gone 27 minutes now into the entire broadcast.
Yeah,
maybe any other thing, then we transition to issue of the day, what we really want to discuss there on our end today.
Well, like I said, ain't that much. We're still monitoring situation. I'm looking at the financial aspect because I know whenever there's a global crisis, the people on Wall Street, they got the best financial analysts in the world. They are the one that spend money, billions of dollars to control the market. So when I woke up this morning, I saw Brent crude oil trading at, I think, $93. It was 120, so it dropped about $17 within a day from a single tweet that was posted by the president that money is yet to be made and both sides could make money. Because I know, even though we talk about a nuclear weapon, but at the end of the day, they straight off a moose. And I get confused at times when I hear Mr. Dishu talking about China and Russia being the winners or being sometime. Because the last time I checked, China invested more than $200 billion in Venezuela. They end up losing. The Chinese want to undermine the U.S. dominant currency. They want to trade oil in yuan, and they do business with Iran. America got a good relationship with the rest of the Gulf country from Bahrain to Saudi Arabia. There is no way in the world America going to trade their currency because of Iran. Iran is in no position. If Iran they can even sell their oil in like Brent dollar. Once the Strait of Hormuz is open, who cares? We don't receive oil from Iran. So that's their own. But the idea that Iran can dictate that other Arab countries like Oman, Bahrain, Qatar sell their oil in Chinese yuan is even laughable because that would never ever happen anyways. So I don't know how they are winning this war because they make investment in Iran. They got more of their supply from in Iran. So any disruption of war, they will end up losing more than winning. And we are seeing it in two different countries, in Venezuela now and in Iraq. So I don't know how they are winning. But anyway, That's an argument for another day. We can move on.
for me, who win, sometimes
I look at how a bunch of points.
You know,
yeah,
I didn't wanted to say
one-sided.
Because did you go get someone because some of these things too can also,
Monk, yeah.
Some of these things can make for other people to join into fights that they don't want to.
Monk made some strong points. He made some strong points, but the fact remains is that this is a propaganda that is going on, and the Chinese want to enrich themselves. They want to build up their capital. It seems like the Americans who have had their capital built up through the Arab petrol industry. So if the Iranians have agreed with the Chinese for oil and stuff that will be passing through that area to be paid in the Chinese currency, I think America has already accepted that. That is part of the 10 points that everybody might have their own. So read the 10 points, and I believe that refugee man, you said that America had their own, but what has been surfacing from what I've been noticing is that it has been accepted, the 10 points, and the 10 points that have been read on the different stations that I'm looking at here have been multi the Iranians on the 10 points.
And some of the 10 points I bet for from the White House.
When you listen to the
some of the 10 points are not really, in fact, they are not real, according to what I've been reading also from the White House. That some, but anyway, I don't know.
Here's the thing about the plans.
When you listen to liberal
the U.S. was the first to introduce a 15-point plan.
Exactly.
Then Iran came with 10 points. When you go to a negotiation, you come with your list, I come my list, then we look for the middle ground. That proposal is not something that nobody has agreed to. And I know some of those plans, they are non-starters. There is no way America's greatest leverage in the war is the US dollar. The rest of the war trade in US, that's America's strength. We use that to finance the military. We use that to borrow through the treasury note. Every country come and make investment because they believe in the greenbacks. This idea, that's why I keep saying to them, in the long run, there will be a military confrontation between America and China. That will be the end result. But before you can go to military war, you got to go to other war, biological war, economic war. Because China go, that's why they came out with the idea of a BRICS currency. Because since World War II, since we came from the Bretton Woods, we established the SWIFT banking system.
Yeah, Mark, I don't know what happened to your network. I don't know what is from my end yet, but you can't be a little bit.
No, we are hearing one good. That's just,
okay.
Getting more loud and clear.
Like I said, China is waging a cold war on the US. First of all, you got to defeat a country economically. We can defeat them militarily because you use the economy to finance the military. So the Chinese believe that if we can cripple the US dollar, we will minimize the strength they cannot build a stronger military. And I know that's something America would die on the hill doing because we have seen it before. People talk about nuclear weapon while we went to Iraq. But the main reason we went to Iraq because Saddam Hussein wanted to bring the gold dinner. We saw what happened in Libya. The Obama and NATO used the whole issue about the Arab Spring, but that's a lie. The first president in Africa to introduce the concept of a gold dinner was Gaddafi. Gaddafi wanted to start selling oil and other minerals in gold dinner. That's something that America will never, ever allow. So I know we don't want war, but if the Chinese will keep pushing it to the limit, because Iran is just like a private ground for a bigger match. Everybody testing that weapon, they are to see how well you perform. So they get a testing ground because Iran is no match. We know that. So this war is mostly between America and China, but it's happening on the economic aspect first before you can go to the military aspect. And that's what China is trying to do. Cripple America economically by undermining her currency. And I know that will never happen. That will be the last thing. And it won't matter in the White House.
What did America go to war for? Can you answer that question so we can know the basic? Because we can't just be having different points without knowing the basic. What did America went to war for with Iran? Yeah.
Well, America went to war with Iran first. We went to a peace deal. The peace deal failed before the war started. Don't forget in Geneva, when Donald Trump made a proposal that they got to stop their uranium enrichment program because we're reaching tipping point. That was the pretext for the war. But we all know that looking at the Venezuela war, Trump is not a fool. That's why he went to Venezuela first before going to Iran. We all know what is happening. We all know it's about the issue of the currency. You undermine the SWIFT banking system because America used that to impose sanctions. So China is trying to bypass that. We saw what happened with Russia. So they want to use Iran and they want to use energy because they know that American dollar is no longer, since we got off the gold standard under Richard Nixon, we've been tagged to the petrodollar. So if you honor energy, it means you are attacking America directly. And that's what China is doing. They are here using proxies to get the work done or to get it started. That's the main reason we are going to war.
All right, so let me say this. If 90% of the war energy comes from the Middle East, and let's say for some reason you get to run over Iran, and what Iran is going to do, like we all know what they will do, will be to attack Saudi Arabia or attack Oman, attack the whole Middle East. So when they destroy the whole Middle East oil, it means that the entire war gets shut down immediately. So they leverage the crazy man theory that sometimes Trump uses, exactly as the crazy man theory they are having in their hands right now. Guess what this war have turned to? Like we have given them a second nuclear weapon. We have now having to be the script of that waterway. So it's now by just putting a stop to that waterway without even a nuclear bomb, it still becomes a problem for the entire war. So if you can see, America is not talking too much about the nuclear bomb so far. They are now thinking about having that place open. So that place becomes a nuclear bomb by itself automatically. Because anytime anything happens, rebels can just jump up and say, "Oh, this place like
yes,
like
then
we was it." This was never this have never been leverage for them. Now we force them to have this other leverage now. Now so it's going to take another strategy to take this leverage from them. I don't know how we're going to do it.
Well, you want to respond to that because I think what in fact Ben is saying, in short, they will have the I know Hezbollah or Bola group of people. They will just go somewhere one of these days, just got up and say, okay, we're going to close the entire area. Let the war suffer maybe for 1 week, 2 weeks, or maybe 1 month.
Well, when you are superpower, that's why when you're a superpower, you have to think ahead. Yeah. The American people, they are not dumb. From 2016, the very first policy of the Trump administration was to increase America oil and gas productivity. That's why we passed by Russia and Saudi Arabia. They knew that the day was coming. The problem is, like I said, the Strait of Hormuz is an international waterway. It's not for Iran. But Iran have been using it as leverage so that they can build nuclear weapons and to destabilize the Middle East. And every president since then have been avoiding that because they were looking at the backlash. If we go to war with Iran, if they block the waterway and we are not producing, we're depending on the Arab war. But Donald Trump flipped the switch. Donald Trump is saying, I will increase American output. So even when we're fighting war, it will not impact the American oil production. That's why he focused on increasing our output first before going to war. Because it was the main reason every U.S. president before he was afraid to attack Iran. Because Iran's biggest leverage is that tiny little waterway between them and Oman, we call that Strait of Hormuz. So you sneeze, they say we're closing it. Any president, so every president became afraid, but no, that fear is not there. Like I gave you guys an example between Russia and Ukraine. Ukraine had all the leverage because all the major oil pipeline that supplies Europe passes to Ukraine. But guess what? Germany went and bypassed that and built a new pipeline. So Russia said, okay, this is an advantage because they want to make Russia afraid to attack Ukraine. The Germans went and they took it out because they wanted a guaranteed supply of their oil. So when you take the leverage away, the screen is no longer there. Russia attacked Ukraine. Common sense, my brother. What happened?
But Mong, again.
Yeah. Why?
I mean, just like you go to
one second, guys. So, Mong, so again, 90% of the world depends on that script.
Yes.
In your explanation, America is going to be okay, so there's no problem. Guess what happened? If the whole war is going to suffer, and if the war suffering is coming as a result of you attacking these people, the war is going to get angry with you. Because the war is going to say, no, you got stuff for you and your people. We don't have it. So leave these people alone because we want to survive too. It's going to backfire.
Oh, Ben, let me get your point before I can turn it over to AB because he just came. You are telling me the one country that keep keeping the whole world hostage is not a problem, but the guy who want to take away the threat of that hostage is the problem, because you believe that America have increased of Apple, so which means America is now serving injustice to the rest of the world, but not the guy who keep using the Strait of Hormuz as leverage to intimidate the world all the time. That's what you're telling me.
No, because the whole world came together and had an agreement with them. The entire globe, most of the big countries, they signed that agreement where they had agreed for them to have people monitoring them. All of the big nations in the world came together and they agreed upon that. Who threw that agreement away? Trump said that agreement didn't mean anything. He threw it in the trash.
Which agreement are you talking about?
The agreement that they signed with under the Obama regime. They threw that away.
The Obama, the JPOC agreement,
yes,
where he never guaranteed the stop of the production of uranium.
Yes, the problem is that all people were saying, we can just have this in place while we work with these guys to make sure we can neutralize them bit by bit. But you threw the whole thing away and you started from scratch.
Mom, I believe the American propaganda, I think you're carrying it correct for them, but we on the other side, we see it completely different. I think Trump should employ you. You know, you're doing a lot for him.
No.
But people were right in America, your Congress people against it, but you come in and still convincing the people that everything is right. Why you don't talk about your Congress that is talking against it? People that in America that are talking against it, that don't want a war, that they say that is wrong. Why you don't see it? Balance the equipment.
There are more than 500 congressional members as well. I don't know.
Let us balance, yeah, because they are Democrats, they have their feelings. Democrats, Republicans, everybody have human feelings. And they see it, the Democrats see it differently. And we should be able to express what other people are saying and not only carrying the one path of what Trump is doing. Because Trump is wrong. You know, the Americans believe that they were not supposed to go into the war. When you go into a war, you're supposed to consult your friend. I'm living in my house. You're living in apartment number 2. You going to fight a man across the road. You never told me anything. When you start to fight a man, the man come back to fight you. Then you come to me and ask me, my man, the man coming to fight me. Can you please help me? That makes sense? America had lost the war because I believe in this short space of time, the world order going to change. After this war, the world order going to change. America not going to be on top as how it was before because they had lose the balance of respect. It lose the balance of respect with the Europeans and other nations that have belief in them. America cannot protect nobody. America make the biggest arm to sell them. They don't use it to fight. Why all the fleets that in the U.S. carrier group that in the Gulf, why they can't go there? Because the Iranians have bombed one of the destroyer and they're afraid. They're not going to take that risk anymore. You talking about America. America have not won any war that would tell us that yes, America won a war. So let us open up this talk here, because I believe that the empire going to fall through history. Mong, I want you're a historian person. I want you to go back and check about Alexander the Great when he went to fight the people in the Persian Gulf. What happened? Alexander the Great never made it. The Mongolians that had the biggest army during that time, the strongest army in the whole world, they went and they captured the Persian Gulf. But what happened in the end? They became Iranians. They became the Persians. And from that, the Russians tried it. With Mikhail Gorbachev, them, they went into that place at Iran, and they never made it. And from that, what happened to Russia? Russia got broken out. So these people here should follow history. I read a lot about how the thing started from way back. Saddam was the only man that kept the Iranians down. Saddam Hussein was the only man. And once they eliminated him, the Iranians have been having a chance of knowing how to protect themselves because they knew that their war was going to happen one day. So they had prepared themselves years back. The Americans had not prepared for this war yet to go into it with that force. They thought it was going to be a 5-day war after they killed all the leaders, bomb certain areas that they knew that the people were going to use to retaliate. It still didn't work. So the war is still on, and we're still seeing that the Americans have not done as they had said they were going to do. So let us argue to the point that what America said they were going to do, and they have not done it, and they're making excuses, balancing it off with the 10-point, 15-point, all the kind of different points, and the people still going to rule the Gulf Strip. The people still going to be in control. America is on the other side. America is fighting Israel war. Israel now is saying that the war in Lebanon is not part of this peace thing. So you can tell the intention of what Israel actually wanted to do with Hezbollah. Hezbollah is a splinter group from the Syrian people. Why? Because it happened during the time of Saddam Hussein time. When the people left Iran and they went out to the different areas, there were splinter groups that they didn't want to find, they didn't want to go through the tyranny of what was going on in their own country. But that mindset of them being one, it had never been divided. The Iranians are one. I don't care how you take it. So it's hard. It's a hard war America fighting. You know, it's a very hard war. That's why I have to contribute.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Dishu. Even though, like I was saying, some of us we support, or when people are into confusions, we have our own style. Sometimes we declaring for them. Oh yeah, you're fine. And at the end of the day, by the time something happens, then we throw our hands and say, oh, the how far it reached. So for me, I don't want to come here and predict and say who win, who not win, because at the end of the day, all these things that will happen, and people are, we keep pushing America to do what we not want them to do, because for me, killing of people, having people life lost and so forth, and structures or maybe infrastructures or maybe getting damaged, and I think that's the right thing that America want, or especially Donald Trump. So for me, from all indications, whether America gets maybe the weapons or whether they can fight or not, for even America to go on your sword to fight and kill people there, and you can't even go to the people who to even shoot one gun, that alone, for me, I see no argument in that. But again, people have their own feelings, they have their own ways, and they have their own interpretations of war and how they want to do it. But from all indications, I can tell you that war is just between, if you want to fight me, we can't do a war to fight. If you kill my people, I'll kill your people. But if you keep killing my people, and I can't kill nobody from you, then no need to waste my time. It better I call for peace and we'll move on with life instead of my people to be destroyed. Because at the end of the day, all the thing that we all say here today, at the end of the day, is just us pushing America to go out there and destroy and do a lot of things that will carry Iran backward more than ever before. So for some of us, no, we're calling for peace, let peace reign, and let the war be peaceful. So yeah, so that move on, that transition now. I think, but AB, good evening.
Yeah, gentlemen, I just listening in, man. Good afternoon and good evening to you, Mabel. And let me say a good evening and good afternoon to the followers, man. Fascinating topic. I started listening in from Ben, and then of course Mong, and then my brother the Shield. Look, guys, you guys keep dragging us into this America Iran thing over and over. Yesterday we had a heated one, and today the dynamic have changed.
Yeah, about major discussion.
Let me tell you this. The problem here is conquest and control. If you retrospect, Libya got disarmed of nuclear weapon, or the prospect of having nuclear weapon, not by using force. They were sanctioned, they negotiated, and Gaddafi allowed his nuclear program to be dismantled. Even to the point that allowed him to even come to the United States here. They allowed that. They kind of relaxed his sanctions. It was not through force. It was through negotiations. And today we know what happened to Gaddafi after he allowed his nuclear program to be dismantled. They killed him in the street. They bombed his entire country until he died in the street. Okay? So the question of security matters to these people. If you're going to, the only thing I hear about, oh, peace, 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 the only peace that will make sense to those that believe the newcomers and others is that you must subordinate yourself. Don't drink water and say, yes, sir. Don't eat food, okay. Then that's the kind of peace they talk about. But when it comes to nuclear, mind you, this very Iran, they use chemical weapons on them during the Saddam time. The very Iran here. And then it was supported by the Western world. They supported Saddam at the time. Later on, they threw him under the bus and overthrew him. So the histories are there. Yeah. People got to think about those. When you look at the sequence of things, it makes people to be apprehensive and skeptical about whatever intention you have. It's the question of subordinating people. Again, I will emphasize, if you have a country of 100 million people almost, and you're telling them to subordinate themselves to a country that is 10 million, just 1% of their population, it's a hard thing to sell. My thing here is that nuclear weapon is detrimental to the entirety of the war. Trust me, even if they use nuclear weapon and decimate Iran, it's not going to be, the whole region is going to be decimated. Let people understand it. And there is going to be a nuclear race. Why? You got Pakistan over there. You got other countries that had nuclear weapons that they will start to be a nuclear race. It's dangerous. Even the Soviet Union, where it got dismantled, the Soviet Union got a lot of those countries had nuclear weapons. The programs they kind of dismantled those programs through negotiation. It was not through force. It was not through war, but continuous war. To have a country where people will just fly there and they kill their leaders willy-nilly. Whether you're talking here in Rome, then they play flying over their leaders, they're bumping their leaders everywhere. And you guys saying that they should support them. That's my problem. For me, America, I want America to remain as the moral conscience of the world and the most powerful nation in the world. I would prefer that. But when it comes to some of this thing, where you're going to balance this thing, it's not all about fighting war over and over, bombing people. Maybe do you know the amount of people that die on the soil of Iraq, Americans? So that thing you talk about, you know, go to the men on a plane and go fight him. They probably got the power to come to America here. But when you go on the soil, the dynamic is going to be different. Flood drip people came here over and over and over and over in the thousands. We all were here. We all were here, including Monk and everybody. We all were on this ground here when our Iraq war was going on. It became very detrimental to the survival of America in so many ways, financially, morally, and the lives of the young people. Today, you still got, traumatized people from that particular Iraq war. So war is nothing to talk about easily. So, I mean, I don't want to take the time on this because it's going to be
thank you,
yeah?
because war is not good. That's why some of us keep saying the issue of win is waste of our lifetime. You will only suffer maybe the women out there and the children. That's all. So we know war. Some of us
Libya nuclear program got dismantled. Not on Mr. Trump. It got dismantled through negotiation peace.
And American politics, we know some of the politics, we know these people. When a Democrat do that, you see Republican people saying it's wrong. So for some of us, we used to this thing, we've been watching, we've been following all of the happening in America.
My thing is the region over there should be free of those nuclear threats and all those kind of things. Oh, John Brown get it and other people didn't get it. That entire place, and even if possible, the world should be free of that thing.
For most of these things, I really blame UN.
Yeah. So again, I wish the best, man. Let's all
move on now. We have 6 more minutes to go into our news break. I will leave you people on while you'll be discussing, continuing with the.
By the way, man, you ran away from yesterday. What happened?
Last evening, due to so many technical issues, so I have to. I have my break now.
I know Monk took you to task for that already, but I just want
to. More don't worry. Yeah. So the president sent out his communication to the legislature, telling them that in fact They wanted to work for 10 days, starting on tomorrow, which of course tomorrow, the 9th of April, our legislature between, in fact, the both houses, the lower and the upper house, they will work for 10 days. Mind you, though, it's part of the constitution, also Article 32B of the Liberian Constitution, which empower the executive to convene lawmakers outside their normal schedule. So yes, and on tomorrow there will be some of their workings, or some of the things that they'll be doing tomorrow will be about the urgent cash printing, or additional new money, or additional cash printing, and other supplementary budget actions according to the press release coming from the executive mansion. And I hope, in fact, yesterday evening we talked about that. Then also last evening, there's the news from the Liberia National Tourist Authority, or the ANTA, for the Tourism Authority, for a matter of fact. They have their release last evening about the lesson. They talk about the annual lesson fees for musicians, content creators, food centers, and others. And that's part of mixed reactions. That is the translations. Today again, we saw the Liberia National Fire Service also. They have their release also about their fire taxations, or their fire fees, or how you may call it, for the common people. Then also before that, the Liberia National Police also, they come out with their clearance, their clearance of the what you call lesson clearance, or how do they call, they call this clearance for people who have maybe criminal records, or how you may call. So also they also added some fees to that. I think they say from 10 to 20, from 20 to 50. They do it in a range of citizens, people who are citizens, people who are not citizens, or people who want express, people who are who want maybe the simplest way. So, and that also spark up mixed reactions from the public. So these are two things that we'll be looking at this today on the show. The issue of the 10 days that were called on by the president to our legislature, and the issue of the taxations that are ongoing. Our citizens, they having their own reactions about the taxations, the latest taxations from the various institutions that I just talked about. So Mark, I know last evening we talked a little bit about the 10 days, the lawmakers going for the 10 days sitting. We don't know exactly, apart from the two things. We don't know whether maybe other things will be added. We're hearing about the Koruba issues and so forth allegedly, but we don't know as to whether that will be also part of the sitting. But what say you, Mark? So far, so good. These are
no, that topic we handle it when you are back on the radio, because it's a very sensitive topic. We started yesterday. We wanted to go a little bit in depth today. I think the entire panel is aware of that, because, like I said, it's more of a political. It's a political gathering than something that is economical. And I think it was Abraham that Eric came up with that theory yesterday, that your central bank governor, these are the fundamentals, they're not economists, because they cannot give you any justifiable reason as to why they want to print money now. So I know it's mostly political, but we'll get to that when we are on the radio. Since we are about to take break, I think we'll just hold the line with Senior Man Dishu and Refugee Man and Aliu until you get back on the radio, and then we'll just jump straight into that topic. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you're using the tax issue, but that particular printing of money, we want to be on the radio, because today, what I noticed, the conversation we had yesterday, all the local dailies, the same thing we said yesterday. Like I said, they will follow Sktv, but they don't give us the credit. From the Liberian Observer to the Front Page Africa, they were all making almost the same analysis we carry on here yesterday. So my thinking was, if we can just focus on the bread and butter issue, maybe our voters will be more inclined than the politics and the leaked document and the sensational reporting, because I think the most important thing that we sort of discuss, I don't see people discussing it. It's all about who said that, the gossip, we get some leaked document from LA, who building house in the swamp, and who still, no, the bread and butter issue are not adequately discussed. That's why on Sktv we talk a different trend, and I can see it every time. Like I said, every time we carry on the show, we talk about pressing issue. It will always appear in the local daily within 24 to 48 hours. And yesterday again, it happened. So we want to be on the radio for people to hear it the most. And so I tell you what to you guys.
Yeah, but among you are so right in that direction. You understand? And the good thing about it is I continue to state that whatever program I'm on, that the reality are the one that we are speaking to. We're not making up stories. You're not fabricating stories. You're not being cynical. You are speaking to the day-to-day activities, and they are unfolding every day in the place. And like you putting the citizenry in the bind, and literally, if you're going to tax people to oblivion, so to speak, it's something that is visible. People living it on a daily basis. So sometimes it's good that you sit, maybe we'll have it on the radio and you have the input of those, especially those that are living under the brunt of the whole thing here. All of us on this set here, except for Mabel, we are all in the diaspora. But the people that live in the situation, they speak to it on a daily basis. So it's important that you stay there among the, indeed, we delve into some of this thing, and some of those dailies will go. I know we come here unscripted, and we say what's on our mind, predicated on what we're seeing on a daily basis. But we got to keep speaking on it. Mm-hmm. We're not fabricating story yet. This is not a propagandist platform here or something to say we throw in the water of a particular situation, but we're speaking to what is unfolding in the country. Mm-hmm. And so you are right on that, Mom. But again, maybe it's up to you. I know it's almost 3 o'clock. We'll keep talking about other things, and maybe until you come back or so.
Yeah, Mr. Dishi, what you got to say about the whole taxation and the whole issue going on, and then we can go to Ben and Ali. I think you're based in the background because you didn't even chime in the first round of the show. But anyway, maybe you will give us some signal. But Mr. Dishi, you can take it from there concerning the whole thing about your people in the taxation, and I don't know how you create the taxation economy.
Well, this is a syndicate. This is a syndicate, and to break you guys out, to bring back normality to our country, sometimes I think about the different strategies, and it's hard. It's hard. This syndicate runs through every system of the government. Executive linked with the senators, the senator linked with the representative, they got the cahoots and they pass all these things here, and they let brown people suffer. One of the present issue right now in the city that they are talking about, the House says that everybody, all the representatives receive their money. But there are a lot of them that are coming on the air and rebutting it, saying that the money was only given to the regime representative and not to those that oppose them. But who suffer in the end? Isn't it the people? Isn't it the people? So if you get a bad man, so if people will suffer, you will not get the money to do the will of the people in that setting. I mean, Liberia, the gangsters that are running that country right now, it's a serious thing to get the people out. That's why I wrote out and I'm trying to propagate to see how we can start to amend most of these things here. Because what I'm talking about, from my point, is that I want the Chief Justice to be elected. This is a propaganda that I want to go out and talk to 2 or 3 councillors, including Councillor Gonglo, and he says a very good argument. We're saying that we have 3 equal branches of government. I believe it's a big lie. The executive have been voted for. Senators and representatives have been voted for. But the Chief Justice is being appointed. So when there's any problem within the setting, you always find the Chief Justice linking up with who appointed him. So that is not fair justice. That is not fair. So it's about time that we start to think ahead. We know that the Constitution was extracted from the Americans, the Great Britons, and all of that to get a Chief Justice. But we're looking at the effect of what our Chief Justice, the judiciary in a whole, have caused to the poor man, and we have seen the opinion of the court going against the Constitution, all of that. I think it's about time that we think about having a referendum that we're going to have an elected Chief Justice, an elected NEC boss, National Election Commission. It's about time those two areas we think about how to formulate to get them to be elected. That's my propaganda for the show tonight. Thank you.
All right. For me, I wish you all the luck and the blessing in having that achieved. But I don't think elections is our problem at all. Elections is never our problem, because if election was, we let all the people who sort of make laws, we let almost everybody, we let them and they go in the house. And what do they do? You can elect the Chief Justice. If he's still corrupt, he's going to be corrupt. Of course, you know he's going to be corrupt. If you had election today, whoever is going to be elected will be another corrupt individual. Nothing is going to change him. Is that because the president the president appoints him? Makes no difference. He's definitely going to be. He's corrupt. I think people must have the willpower to say, "I want change to happen." That's which our people don't have. So it doesn't matter whether they elected or they are not elected, or they're still going to be bad. And I always tell people, government does not make you corrupt. The only thing government does is that it solidifies your habit. Most of the people are already bad from the outside. So when they come into government only put a shield behind you. It protects you more so you can steal at will. So it's not because they are in government that's why they're stealing. No. Look at all the guys who are stealing in government. Look at what they were doing before. Look at this speaker who we have today. When he used to be the accountant for this NGO from, I think it was from Switzerland. See what this man did to those people. He stole those people money. That kids were all around. What happened? At Liberia. And today he's our speaker. So for me, I don't believe election has anything to do with these things. I'll rest my case there for now.
Ali, anything? I think AB is off. I think Ali is based in the background. I think I will agree with Mr. Dishu a little bit. The idea is election is not going to guarantee how they're going to behave, but at least we got some kind of a control because it's the people that will be electing them into office. And you said it right, Ben. It's not going to change them, but in terms of they one puppet screen or puppet master pulling the screen, and almost like the Chief Justice work exactly for the president. And so when he's elected, I'm not saying everything going to change in that, but at least they're going to take away that leverage from the president, and he will be beholden to the Liberian people at a certain point in time. So I think it makes sense that some of the position, election commission, Chief Justice, they should be elected. Even superintendent. I even want for superintendent to be elected. I don't want to, because when you are superintendent, almost like you are the chief executive for the county. You are the president for the county, except you are on a local level. That's just what it is. So we want them elected too, and that's a great idea. I know it's not going to change everything, but at least they can move the ball forward a little bit, because we have seen that past leadership, nothing has been done. But the reason I look at the whole tax issue, like I said, if other platforms and the radio station, they were educating our people, because when we come here, the reason, if we wanted to be the platform with the most view, we can tweak the message in a way that, because our project want to take us out. I bet you if Sktv decides today that we're told water for the Unity Party administration, we'll come out with 4,000 plus views per day. But the good thing is we're on the radio, so we will care less about the Facebook viewership, because we are reaching the target audience. We talk about education, we talk about healthcare, we talk about the future generation, we talk about how the resources are being squandered and the rates post. The other people are not doing it. Take, for example, Ben, this tax increase. It was in the budget that they were going to increase taxes by 1.2 to 1.5%, whether that value-added tax or sales tax. Now, the question you were asked, if a government is generating excess amount of money and we have a historic budget, why would you want to be making life tougher for our people? you want to ease the tax burden on them because they are already suffering. You don't increase taxes on people that are already suffering. So it means one or two of the statements cannot be true. You are lying. The historical budget is a myth. It's a lie. The figures are not there. And I believe it's one of the reasons you want to print more money so that when you recast, when you short, maybe you can make up for that. Because anywhere in the world, when government is bringing in excess revenue, when they expand the budget, the next thing they'll do, they will relax taxes. They will find a way to reduce the tax burden on the average person. But in your case, you are looking for every cent you are imposing on people who are already suffering. So how can you make the case that you got a historical budget to the tune of 1.2 billion, even though we know, we know that 200 million of that money, it came from a windfall. It's not even something that you will be collecting in the future, but you still went add it into the budget, which is very unfair and make no sense. But like I said, at Liberia, anything can happen, and this is where we find ourselves. So that's what Mr. Issue. That's my point on the whole tax issue. People keep lying to us, and we are not informing the public about that, because I know if more people are informed, the tone in Liberia will be different. And I believe the social media platform, the radio station, the talk show, we are not less focused on the most important thing. So when we're talking these things to some people, it sounds foreign, even though that's what's happening on a daily basis, because the most they hear about, oh, somebody stole money today from the central bank. Oh, Parker elected, Parker just appointed the National Election Commission. Chosen Parker building 10 million of mansion in. Those are all gossip, according to gossip, because it's not the most important thing. When the people can understand the crux of the issue, they will know how to even make projections going into the future. They will be able to identify things when they see it happening. But what people, they cannot. The vast majority, I know there are few people in Liberia that know exactly what happening, but they are very limited in number. And when the bulk of the masses cannot get a message, then it means we are fighting a losing battle.
Among the people are master of propaganda. The people are master of propaganda. They know how to sway things. Whenever there's a problem that reflects on them and they're doing, they will bring us something that will twist it every time. You know, Prophet Key made a serious mistake. You know, he was had kept to what he said when he said that the people were corrupt, the judiciary were corrupt. He was influenced by the lawyer that were given to him by the government to say, my man, confess and nothing will happen to you. But he has stuck to the plan that what he stated, that the judiciary were corrupt, he would have had a case, and I don't think he was going to go to jail. These guys here, it's a planned organization that is working within the inner part of our government. And you few people, some of them, you never hear their name out there. Most of the things that come from the executive mansion, would you hear a name about it? Sylvester Grispy, the late Sylvester Grispy. He said he started that particular project out there in Lofa. The people know how to twist things, you know, and we have gotten accustomed to it. If you're not thinking twice when you guys say something, then I think that you're a follower. But if you're in the interest of the people, whenever the guy says something, you have to deep dive into it and find out what they actually mean, because if it's against them, you will find another twist, somebody coming on the air in the morning or on a radio station to twist it, and from that particular twist, they're going to handle it from that way. So I believe the taxation that has been put on, it is another burden on the poor man. The people already broke. You bring in a system that the people would not, it will not help the people in any way, but it will only benefit the government. So all the taxes that are being paid will only pay the taxes here to support the guy getting brand new car, to support them traveling, to support them doing this. Check the amount of how much the government has used in traveling since the inception of this particular government. That amount could be used to revamp the whole JFK. These guys have no interest into nothing for the Liberian people. Nothing. They have only interest into their own thing. They will patter ways. They'll bring up schemes to support themselves. They are broke right now. That 10 days thing was not President Buck, think. It was people sitting down in the executive, communicate among themselves how they're going to get some money, put their plans together, send it to the Senate. They'll rise them there. They got their own people there. They prepare it, send it to the House, and that's how these guys have been running the show. If you watch the House sometimes, you will see that people oppose them. But the majority, they are in the majority, and they will always win. So we act of him, of this country, I don't think that we're going to make it. I don't think so.
Thank you, Mr. Dishi. Yeah, I've been following the show. I went to pick my children off. Yes, sorry for that. Yeah, you see, like you talk about electing the Chief Justice and this thing, and Ben said that even election is not the problem. And yes, I agree with Ben, because if someone is corrupt, they are corrupt. Then we have our lawmakers today. We elected these people and they came to power today. What are they doing there? They are all corrupt. They are not in our interest. So even if you elect a Chief Justice, if this man he had that corrupt mindset, there is nothing going to change him. He can be the Chief Justice. And once sometimes some cases come about and it is for the government, they say, oh yes, we want you to do this. What they will do it, they sit with our legislature. Those guys, they are just a bunch of incompetent people, heartless, that are there to suffer us in the country. Because when it comes to concession, they will look at this concession, they know that it is not going to impact the lives of the Liberian people. But because of signature fees until they go ahead and sign it. When it comes to the bill, all those budget until the budget will come, they're looking at it, there is nothing there to impact the lives of the people that they went there to represent. But because of their own personal interest, they know their salary will come on time, everything, they go ahead and sign it. And when it comes to the taxes, increasing taxes every now and then, we the Liberian people, that makes no impact in our lives, it makes no sense. Because we are already suffering and you keep increasing taxes on us. You continue to generate money, and the money you generate, it makes no impact on the lives of the citizen. But you generate this money to increase your salary, your allowances, and other things. It makes no sense. So I don't really know what this government really intend to do. What is their major priority? What is their vision ready to move the country forward? Because every night you're increasing taxes, The more taxes you increase, the more hungrier and poorer our people are. So I don't really know what they're doing with the money. Because if you say, oh yeah, you will increase taxes on the people, when you generate the money, you are doing something impactful to their life, it makes sense. But you're increasing the taxes and you continue to suffer, then what's the essence? So I don't know, like Mr. Dishu said, those gangsters that are running our country, 2029 Liberians had to make a better decision to know what they want for themselves. Because it's like there is no plan, there is no vision, there is no policies. I stand to be corrected for me. I see what this government had done that even impacted the lives of the people within Montserrat County. Not talking about the other counties across the country. So that's my take.
Well, thank you. Mark, we're back after the news bulletin. Let me say thanks to all of you for holding on. Let me join Brother Ali to also, to say yes. Other people that have been voted for, or in fact that since 2005 we've been voting for, all of the lawmakers today, what their impact? Some of the lawmakers, nothing. But again, it's good to be back on the radio. And more, in fact, Brother Ali was asking what their intention, their vision, and everything for the nation. Well, we still observing, we still monitoring. Now the Kobo shop owner, they had to start to pay for the lesson. The barber shop, the guy that always barb some of our heads, they had to pay now. The salon, the beauty salon, and all of different. Are these things really good, more, or are these things timely? The more Ali was saying about, oh yes, they just put in a lot of taxes on our people, and there's no benefit. All of this time we pay even the general service tax or organ tax. In fact, I'm hearing from 12% to 3, in fact, to 13%. So I don't know what's going to happen with all of these taxes just coming back to back. What's going to happen? Tell me, we're back now on the radio. Maybe our people will be hearing people as to how they're going to handle these situations. Because when it comes to the issue of electing people, for me, I just give up, and I can safely tell you more that the system is completely rotten. Nothing you can do about it. Even They can even elect you more. You will just talk, you get tired. I had a whole tax system look. But he said, look at us today. All the work we're doing here today. Which one the day that will come here and attack somebody personally or to talk about some maybe how you may call it, a guy from LPRC, Amos Square, or even to talk about a guy from Freeport. Well, if I won't talk about that, because we don't care about people's personal things here and then we talk about national issues that will benefit our people. But like you said, my brother, they don't care. They still see us as people who are against the system or the government. So more we're back, yeah.
Let me get the tax issue, and then I can turn it over to you guys again. Nobody have problem with paying taxes. The reason people pay taxes in society for society to function, that's how government generate revenue. But people will pay taxes because they receive services. You are not giving any macro loan program. You're not improving business. You're not making any sound investment. Every penny, almost every penny, 9 out of every $10 in Liberia go towards or recurring expenditure, payroll, benefit. You are not making all that investment. So if people are struggling to get back, look, maybe people feel happy to pay taxes when they are getting it, when they can see their tax money at work. That's why you never see anybody complain and say, oh, we can pay taxes, but guess what? We are enjoying the services, better roads, good healthcare, ambulance services.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's part of human nature. Nobody have problem with paying taxes, but when you cannot give people services for the taxes they are paying, then the taxes itself become useless because money. Who want to pay tax for somebody coming to take over storage facility instead of expanding the private sector to get involved in the energy market? They were advocating for chainability and Extremex company and other importers. Who want to do that? Who want to pay tax in a country or small business man who just hustling when in fact he doesn't have any ambulance service? Even your lawmaker that get passed, it was one of the major reasons because they always assume they will take a plane, buy their ticket, and fly out of the country. But I know there are some medical instances and emergencies that you won't have the time to even get to the airport. You will die right in the country. But that's why they keep doing it. And this is where the problem is coming from. I haven't seen any major aggressive program to uplift small businesses from this administration. So why you keep increasing taxes on people who are just trying to get by? That's my problem. That's where the problem is. So I stop there.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Mr. Dishu, or maybe the refugee man can chip in because people now are the one now here that all of this stress will go back to you people. Whether you like it or not, we're going to cry on you people because if we don't have the money and the government comes to our doorstep, that for example, you don't have the customer, somebody go sell up, some of the our mothers, our sisters who sell food. I don't even know where the kind of idea coming from because if you open the line and to ask somebody go sell, they will tell you sometimes they don't even make that kind of money. People don't need to the bar from them like that, but they'll be paying the money. So I hear they will be coming to you people for our taxes. But go ahead.
You know, the taxes you see people pay in America, that's what enforces the Decemberese. You see, it goes to Maria every December. About when people get their tax return, Uncle Sam has a way, when you pay some, he gave some back. But again, taxes are good. But here is my problem. The regular things are in the country, like that is to say, the regulatory bodies that are there to give the government back taxes, like those different institutions. The government is struggling to even get taxes from them. I'm talking about the regular people. But
state-owned enterprises, they can't even pay into the government.
They can't pay. So these people are just running out of ideas because this thing is just another bunch of nothing. It's not going to go anywhere. But because sometimes if you don't have that to say, just shut up. LPRC, you're struggling to get money struggling to get taxes for LPRC. Then the man Mary was selling a kobo. Now I feel that you waiting for. I mean, you can see the disconnect with these people. And that's what sometimes I don't even want to talk because it's not going to go nowhere. It just because hey man, our country is a battle. Our country is really bad.
And that is my greatest frustration.
Because if you really want to get money from my Meridian, you got to register them. There must be a system where they'll be paying this money. and they must have receipt, and there must be an order. You don't have anything in place. Somebody just woke up one morning and said, okay, we're going to start taxing people $50. How did you come up with this? How? Is this a law now? Who made the law? How did this come? Like, who? Did this thing pass through? How did the whole nonsense come about?
And more quickly, let me say more. If I back quickly 30 seconds before more coming, because you said something, and few things just come to my mind that have to do with the marketeers, right? You always pay money.
I was just waiting for Ben to learn to bring that point up. Because in terms of collecting petty cash from people who are in business, I don't see anyone that pay taxes compared to market women. And the people that are in the various market, they pay money every day to get their ticket on their table, right? Look at the sanitary condition in the marketplaces.
Go see Douala, go see Walasa, go see Rele. Yes, mom.
You can't even give them the basic services for cleaning the environment where they even sell. So think about the man who the Bible and other people talking about tourism industry. You can't even provide the least services that the people who pay taxes, because are considered to be taxes, even though it's not documented, but they still pay physical cash every day in all the marketplaces. Where can we see for that? How many other market women were giving loan to increase their business or to expand their business? How many? Throughout the country. But I think we'll do the budget thing tomorrow, because we are already almost close to half hour.
Yeah, Mom, you're right.
And most of the time, this is where my frustration comes in, because I think people should be paying taxes, and these taxes should be making a great impact in their lives instead of paying taxes. You and I know the taxes we pay here. We pay huge taxes, but we don't really regret why we pay it, because we riding on better roads. Our children are getting quality educational, good health care, and all of these things. We get nothing, even though we pay the taxes, but at least it is making a great impact in our life. When my daughter's sick, I just call 911. They carry her. When they get to the hospital, nobody come and tell me, oh, Mr. Masade, you had to pay $50 before we can register your dollar. No. Since I've been to the country all my years, one day I gave my children 5 cents as reset to go to school, because I pay taxes. Food, everything is there when they're sick. This is what we should pay taxes for. But Liberia, we pay taxes. When you get $3,000, you can't even say register your child in government school. When your child say you take them to the hospital, you get $5,000 to register. They can't even say check them. People go to the hospital, they are sitting in plastic chairs for them to administer drip on them. What are we paying taxes for in Liberia? This is my frustration.
Ben, you the healthcare expert. The plastic chair and the wooden chair. We want better for the patient.
Man, man. Well, it depends. It depends on what the person has. For some people, if you're sick, you want to look. People who are sick are uncomfortable. So if anything I can help to make your situation much better, you would rather you rather take it. But I have no choice about which chair or no, I don't.
But maybe when we talk about services, that's why I say we got to talk about the national issue all the time, because we saw a video that surfaced online a few weeks ago. The health condition, you see the mattress. You'd be like, I think we're from the Phoebe Hospital or some hospital. I'm the one that,
That's it. From
I said, but their mattress will even kill the patient before they even kill the patient. We see nurses, right, looking at latest glove and body, like talking about to take the seam from under to go and reuse it. So, like I said, the basic services that people need, you can't even provide. What make you think that if you increase the tax base, people are going to be willing to pay taxes? People don't have problem paying taxes. People just want to see where the tax money is going and the services they can get in return.
And that's the question that our people, since last evening up to now, that the question they've been asking, all the monies that we've been paying, even some of our fathers that they paid, in fact, yesterday, where are the monies? So these are questions. And if I'm up, we left out another thing that had to do with the transport sector also. 2 major corrupt group of people in Liberia that also joined the politicians at the transport sector. No head, no tail. Let me just say in the simple form, no system. The taxi drivers, the motorcyclists, the keke people, or the tricycle guys, they pay money every time more. But even if something happened to them,
Yeah,
I don't
nothing.
even know what the SL even
Yeah.
collecting money. If you go collect my money and something happened to me, you do play don't care. Then what the essence? One of like brother will collect the money, smoke, and will give it to a certain group of people to get rich. Then the marketeers, the market people will be there. They will be eating the money while the people sleep. In fact, they sell in dump sites. While the people, all the places, even if you go to the real latrines or the places that people can use smoke, you will feel so bad about life. But our people are still paying their taxes or they are still paying money every day of their life. So, Mr. Dishu, what say you with the entire system that government now is revamping, that everybody now should stand up with taxes, and even though our people are complaining that they haven't seen any result from all of the taxes, even the current one that they are paying.
No, ju-
Mr. Dishu?
I think
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, her phone ringing in the background.
Yeah, I think you want to call. So, yeah, you can go ahead. Any of you can go. Yeah, Mr. Dishu, if you free, then let us know. But more go ahead because this thing is very, very interesting. And our people, they are complaining that, yes, even content creator, you imagine somebody
Yeah.
who just go on the internet, nothing.
Like, I don't know what they're trying to achieve because I think since called me earlier, they were talking about the whole thing about content because we were never monetized first in Liberia.
No.
I don't know, they have some deal going on because I think our content creator, most of them to go to Nigeria and Ghana to get that visibility. I don't know how far it gone, whether Liberia has been monetized.
No, Liberia is not monetized.
Okay, and the thing about content creation is you are not 100% sure. It all depends on the engagement. So how will you collect? Let's say you get 1,000 views on a video you posted a day or two, and another week the content is now as 1,000 to the viewers, and you get 50 views. How are you going to do? Regular tax code around that because content is not consistent. It's all about the more better content you create, the more engagement you create, the more money you make. So if we're not even monetized, who came up with the idea that they should start taxing content creators? When the market women came, you can't even clean the market women table right in the market. These guys are all joking, like I said, they just keep buying time because they understand what people, they think we are stupid enough, the vast majority of we can't read between the lines and they can just abuse our will. That's why it's happening. Because when you guys state-owned enterprises, now any regular one, we're talking about the LPRC, the Freeport, the ones that generate the most revenue, every day our lawmakers are calling them for hearing. Why you are not putting money to the government consolidated account? And you're talking about the guy who got two hair cutting machine with two scissors that the one you want to tax. Are you serious? Yeah. Come on, man. Maybe I'll turn it over to you folks.
Yes. So that's a monk. All of our content creators. In fact, look, can you imagine they even talk about people that can dance. So if you can dance, also
neighbor.
Yes.
Neighbor, let me just.
I can't remember Jimmy. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I just want to be. This is just for humor. But you know, if the government really want to make more money, they gotta put property outside. You want a quick content creator that.
Oh yeah, the free. I want the
more money. You're so funny, man.
You don't give a money.
So let me ask a Mark and that Ben and maybe Brother Ali. Well, the money that they are collecting, is that the money to support a $1.2 billion budget or what? Why are they looking for all the money? Like something happening? They want additional money. They're looking for.
Go ahead, Mabel, and your thought.
That's it. I'm saying that they're looking for money all over by all costs so that at least we can pay at least more money or bank keeping. What happened?
You know, when the people came out with the idea that they got a historic budget of 1.2 billion, we told them it's unrealistic. Because the previous fiscal year, you couldn't even come up with 880 million. Even if you added $200 million or stand-up bonus from ArcelorMittal or whosoever, it's still not going to add up. And you know, budget is a projection. You got to go out there and go and look for the money. You can announce it. You can say like, bro, projected budget at 5 billion. Okay, yeah, but go now and go look for the 5 billion. Apparently, they know that the big budget they came away, there will be the hole that will be in, there will be more than the one that even the bourgeois, the car rolling like, bro, they won't be able to fill that gap. So they are trying to scrape the table, looking for any means possible because you make the projection, you announce the budget, but we all know, we know the history. from Madam Saliva administration. We how many years Amara couldn't struggle with budget shuffle? How many years job your government couldn't make up for proposed budget? And you telling me, countrywide, when you call, everybody complaining about. I think what Sekou just made a comment that we have the World Hunger Index again. One of the latest survey that came that one entity like Brian go to bed hungry. Hungry people will be the one to fill your $1.2 billion gap. We'll see how they'll come out with that money, because I guarantee you, I sell it from day one. At the end of the day, that 1.2 billion budget, that's nothing but a fiasco. They won't even get closer to that. That's myth. That's wishful thinking. It won't happen. No matter what they do, they won't get it. Yeah.
But even when you look at the amount of people in the country that are unemployed, I think the last time when the labor minister spoke, I think he was talking something around about like 90% of the country being unemployed. So I'm like, again, I don't know why the guys didn't listen to Amara Connor when he said you got to lower your expectations. But these guys, they just keep setting the expectations so high, and the people just following and believing that this thing is going to happen. It's just not going to happen. These are not miracles. People, these are plans. You have to put plans in for these things to actually work. Even in countries where there are plans, it's still, people still struggle. But in Liberia, it's supposed to just happen. I rest my case, man.
Yes, but AB just joined us, even though you were here with us for break. But AB, we already out of time, and we're talking about the issue of taxations. Our people now, there are a lot of news latest about taxes, fire service, Kobo shop, and everywhere back to back. I don't know what to say.
Gotta be paying taxes.
Guy, don't call it the Kobo shop. They call it La Papido.
So we want to make it fine, you know.
But here's the thing, guys. I mean, look. The projections and the prospect of growth and good life for people over there, it just dwindling by the day based on the activities that are unfolding over there. I mean, if you had an ambitious budget, the question is that the revenue base should have been thoroughly analyzed and calculated to understand where this money is going to come from, where is it going to be generated from. But if you're going to tax me, look, you know, one of the problems that president and even public officials, they lose elected office in this United States, one of the major things derived from taxations. It has always been a fight between the Democrat and the Republicans on the issue of taxation. Now, how much more a country that you have enormous unemployment in the country, that people are barely surviving. They're living less than $1 on a daily basis. And then everything you're talking about content creator, you're going to be charging them for creating content on social media. I mean, what are you doing? People need to resist some of those things, and they can civilly resist them. It don't have to be through violence, but reject it. Because the question bears, you know, guys, I was just writing something down here. I know time is fast and maybe on. You got basic areas that you can cut down on, and revenue will remain in the coffers of the government to prioritize major issues in the country. Take, for instance, Mabel. If you're going to have a representative that will be there for 6 years, and every 3 years you got to buy them a $45,000 car, you have 73 lawmakers just at lower house. Mabel, that if you intend to buy them one car for 6 years, instead of two terms, you will be saving $3.2 million just for the lower house. $3.2 million just for the lower house. If you don't do that, every 6 years you got to spend $3.2 million. every 3 years, $3.2 million just for the lower house for 73 lawmakers. Then you come down to the 100 of those guys at the upper house. I think there are 100, right? or whatever it is. I don't even know.
They are 30. They are 30.
They are 30
and
altogether,
74.
103 altogether.
Okay, compete 30 by 45 minimum. Because you know some of them can even get more expensive car than that. If you compete 30 by
budget, yeah.
yes, because
Budget, for
maybe
example,
like for instance the how they call it the pro tem, the speaker that own a car and different, deputy speaker and car and different. You'll be saving $1.3 million just for the senators, and then you're saving $3.2 million. That one is almost $4 million you're talking about that can be directed towards other major issues that need to be taken care of economically. But you're taxing these people, and there is no cut down on any of the expenditures you're talking about.
Well, that's it.
So
Let's go to the line. The government, they don't care about cutting down waste.
Right. But go to the line, Mabel. I know you guys
are where you are going. The government, they don't care about cutting down waste.
Thanks to my colleagues. Unfortunately, I was tired out with
hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yes.
So we just contribute towards the show. What about the government? They don't have feeling for the Liberian people. I'm waiting for these people from nations. But I think government should be by the people and for the people. But if you see the reason if people don't have fear, they don't have the fear of the Liberian people. They put out a big intention, and their intention is newborn. 2029, the people they would like to have that election. The people will not be peaceful and just react. Take this number and just keep this number and watch it. We'll pray to God to have long life and see that day. The people will have that election in this country.
Thank you. Thank you so much to this caller. Quickly, good evening. Please let go. Only 1 minute.
Thank you. Thank you. This is my debut on your show.
Okay.
This is Edmo Carr. And I'm normally referred to as a visually impaired that is pushing for the return of President Weah 2029. Masale, what's up, AB? The two guys I know on your show. Look, you guys said it right. This is a government that came under the mantra of rescuing its people. But if you now reach to the extent of going to Kobo setup, Lababido, to go to the guys that will go to the bag and say, I got 150, 300 shit I will have. And they are not chasing them for revenue? What's going on? He said, so are they looking for the $1.2 billion? Because we told them that that budget that they carved, it was an empty paper. Because when they finished carving, when they got through carving that budget, they said 5-star in the history of Liberia. And once you are running the government because you want to compete with people, because you want to show to people that you are the best, this is what bringing the unity party disgrace. Where are we with this? How can we afford? We can't afford school fees. We can't afford good meal for the day. Some people, they go to town or they go to real life, they eat. They got $300 when they return home before they eat anything. Some are just depending strictly on Kobo. They eat something in the morning, in the evening they eat something. They got nothing to carry home to be able to cook something. Now you're taking this one away from us. Where are we? But kudos to you guys. History with George Sugar rightly. I will Liberian are following. I will Liberian are listening so that we'll be able to make the rightful decision 2029. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being part of our broadcast here this evening. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening, Mabel. And my name is Martin Simetoba Mabel, and I join you from PSV this evening. So, Mabel, I want to appreciate you people for discussing the issue. I see people understand it. So, for me, my contribution to your show is that we want to appreciate firstly God Almighty for this country, that indeed we are now gone to that day where there was time that we knew people were being killed on just personal feeling, at least no war, to call it long shot. And the aspect that have to do with the taxations, I think our brothers in the diaspora will also agree with all that taxation is not something wrong, but it just left with the end product. That is how the government is going to use the money collected from the federal taxes. So I think we let us get the government.
So the first money that been collected every time we see the marketeers crying here and there from debt pollutions and all these things. What say you with that? Do you think that the other money that will come will be used for the internal purpose?
The marketing association, the marketing association is not directly with the government. It's an autonomous institution.
I'm not talking about taxes, but people pay taxes. What are they if government overshadow if our government or if I control everything? So so are you saying that if that they are independent or maybe a group of people that can do anything?
I think you wanna stay autonomous and besides
okay, thank you. Today's caller, good evening. I mean, a little bit distant from the phone, or what happened? Go ahead. Or maybe take out the other earpiece, maybe if you have it on. Yeah, go ahead. So the market, hello, so let me correct you on this. People feel frustrated when they pay money and they don't get the service that they've been paid for. So the what we're saying, what we're giving you kind of an example. All right, thank you. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, Mabel. How are you?
My brother, we're okay. Thank God for life.
My name is Mamu Safu. I'm calling you from Broville. I called the church for two things. One has to do with the issue of the taxation, and the other one has to do with the issue, especially like Bureau of Marketing Association and the transport union. You know, I think probably maybe we are mixing two things together. One is taxation and the other one is levy. Levy is really just coming directly from the institution that is being institutionalized, and they are getting money from the people. Frustratingly, they are using that money and the people are getting no benefit from all of it. So if we want to bring that one out, it can be the discussion that we can have.
Then what you have government for? Hello, quickly, let me ask you this question. Tell us what you have government for?
Okay, what we have government for? We have government in order to regulate institutions.
Okay, it's cool. Okay, so go ahead on to the next point.
Yeah, so now the next one has to do with the issue of the taxation. Taxation. What is the basis for which? What is the information what is the data that is informing the issue of levying taxes against these people? Is it really right? Is it really appropriate? How will that be enforced? It's just to say when I got on the next morning and I heard that the police say anybody who crosses the road and you don't cross it on the crossover, you are fined $50. No measure is put in place. No institution is put in place in order to track these things. How are you going to go? When somebody in your house setting their Google, they pay you go collect tax from? I mean, sometimes some of the people who come up with this, I haven't seen it, but I don't want to doubt it. However, I don't think this one here really, I don't think that is something that they know they can be able to implement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear brother. To this caller, quickly, good evening.
Good evening, and good evening to your fellow panelists. I want to tell you thank you. Maybe if Pato told us that he had connection, you're going to be company. At least a company here, people are working and then they are paying no fund or paying no money for lesson, other things, no problem. But no company in the country. People struggling, they go struggle to say they're not really buying. So people approach their business a lot. Then they talking about collecting all that money there. Then one way they get it for the same media, everybody to get it again. They want to talk to me.
Thank you, my dear. Let's a few more calls. 07702032125. That's the number this evening I have to say on the taxations. And yes, in fact, let me tell some of you quickly that okay, anyway, let me go back to the line. Hello to this caller, good evening.
trying to embrace the idea of collecting taxes for Kobo seller and other people. Okay, we agree, collecting taxes is correct. But what are you doing with the taxes money? The first one, I only am never speaking to you. I pay tax like I'm a shop.
Oh yes, most of you, yeah. In fact, most of us, if I will pay taxes, you're right.
What the money there for? You're looking at representatives buying me $45,000 car. Oh God, this kind of country. We find what's saying your people suffering. Most of I was saying something to you. I voted for Joseph Boga. I voted for the Unity Party. I felt that the old man had that experience. These are things that he was going to tackle. That you are going to see how best to solve some of this problem. What does it do? Get the people to 10,000 cars. All right, but I talk to them, my people. Our people suffering.
All right, thank you. Our people suffering. We're 10 more minutes, so I think we can use the minutes from our panelists. Please let us have the time because we have to be in time and close in time. Please, to all of you, our panelists. So we just listen. Even though we want more money, but we spend the money. I don't know what kind of word to use, but the way we spend our money in Liberia, so someone will say no here, no there, because we just make few people rich, enjoy all the best of life, and we pay all the taxes. More taxes to come. The barber shop, I need like before we used to barb our hair for something around $300 to $400. I know now the guy will be saying either $5 or maybe $700 now because they be paying taxes. Again, that's the country for us. So yeah. Mark and that are the rest of the team. We're back after listening to our people. Let me give you a few times so that we can be out of time.
Yeah, I go to see fella then first, Mr. Dishu, and then AB, and then refugee man.
Yeah. I think we all said the same old thing. The taxes not benefiting the people. And besides that, the timing of putting up the taxes, know very well that the people are really, really struggling to impose taxes on them at this period of time when you have not given a second thought about it, whether people are going to survive or whether the business is going to survive. You know, it's a problem. It's a serious problem. I think the framers of this particular act did this in a selfish manner. They want to prove to the government that they can collect taxes to build up that 1.2 that they have put forth to us, that this is the budget, and they're going to go by it. All of these things are still going to the people's pocket, still going to personal benefits, and the people who will still suffer. That's what I have to say.
Yeah, let me say thanks to the callers, man. It's good. I feel good when I see the people are engaged, and they're not sitting by idly, but rather they are engaged and concerned about their own plight. For us, we on this end, we continue to blow the whistle on issues and speak to the realities, but they are under the blunt of it, especially those in Liberia. So I'm happy every time when they call in. But here's the thing again, guys, like I was stating, if you're going to be taxing people who are prioritizing where to put cuts so that revenue generator will be used for meaningful purpose, but you're not doing that at all. Here is the thing. Just if you decide the House of Representatives and the Senate alone, if you decide to cut this 2 years, every 3-year car issue with these guys, for the first 3 years, you give them car, and then the rest of it, you say, until the tenure of this government ends. That's it. You will be saving about $4.6 million, 3.2 at the lower house and 1.3 at the upper house. That's that money can be used for meaningful reasons in Liberia. But no, I don't see anything about those kind of things. It's not a priority. And let me tell you guys before, just for the record, I started having issue with this thing as far back as the Ellen government. Even at that time, for me, my own biological brothers, 2 of them were representatives. People that know me, they know what I'm speaking for. My biological brothers, and when they used to come to the state, I used to engage them on this issue. They said, but Connor, this is what the majority stating here. We have no control. And, you know, that's how much I used to engage the issue. So it's not only limited to this current government, but the plight of the country right now is at a dying need that those are things that needs to be prioritized. But if you're not doing that, but rather keep taxing the people, you cannot tax the people to oblivion. To the point that they may will close the business down because you ain't got the tax to pay, it makes no sense. Every electoral cycle in the United States, lawmakers, president, they will always tell you that I will do X, Y, Z to cut taxes. They never tell you, they never come in your face to tell you that I will increase taxes. No way, they will not. It becomes a kind of thing, you know, you're putting yourself on a firing squad. You will not do that. But in Liberia at this point in time, the difficult time is concerning. People need to resist it, and even they need to speak to their lawmakers. Let the lawmakers tell them the reason why they will have tax increases on there at this point in time, economic constraint. And you know, so it's important. And the government, this is just a kind of advice. It's no politics. Prioritize cutting down some of these wasteful spending and redirecting resources to meaningful things for the plight of the citizen race. That's all I will close on, guys. But yeah, thanks for the time, man. And then let me say thanks to all the callers.
So let me go quick. Yeah, let me go quick. So one problem that I always have is that I'm getting the feedback from someone. Is that up to this time we are talking about taxes. So in the first place, it just tells me that we first have a problem because right now, if you start telling people to start paying taxes, like people don't even understand. Most people don't understand why they even have to pay taxes. This is the disconnect that we have with the public and the government. Because these buildings that government built, these buildings can't take care of themselves. These marketplaces, these schools and things. So it is the money that we pay, what the same government take back and use it to maintain these things. But if people must pay, they must be able to see the government working for them. But again, the reason why people will resist these kind of things is because when you pay your money, the government does nothing. So the government needs to educate its people very well so that the people can understand the reason why they need to pay taxes and what those taxes will be used for. Thank you, guys.
Well, thanks for the show, folks. And my parting comment here is, I know this is not a policy that was based on ideas. This is nothing but a political game. Unity Party want to prove to the Liberian people that they are doing better than the previous government. And I prefer, when it comes to taxation and government budget, I prefer projecting and overperforming. Why not set the budget to at least $800 million, something that will be realistic, something I can achieve, rather than making a projection? But I know they always do it for one reason. The reason being, when you look at the legislature, every time they keep scratching the budget, even though they know there will be a budget shortfall, because it gives them a leverage to increase their budget, so that when the revenue comes in, they get paid first, and then later they go for a recast. So their budget, they've been doing it forever. It's like a game. They know they won't collect their money. They won't get that money from taxes. But guess what? When they increase the budget on paper, it gives them leverage to go and stiffen the Liberian people first, so that by the time they fall short on the revenue after, then they go make readjustment, and they be readjusting the budget, because it's all a game. I know no logical person will overpromise and under-deliver. I prefer to under-promise and over-deliver. Let's start with $800 million. Let's take it to 850 or to $1 billion. But no, you come with 1.2 billion. When you couldn't even come up, you couldn't generate 880 million. How possible was you come up with 1.2 billion? So like I said, it's a political gamesmanship. It's not a sound tax policy. It's not even enforceable. But at the end of the day, the average person out there believe that, oh, the government doing better than job. We are government. They want to score political point, and not just this why it's horrible. Because if you cannot enforce a policy, then why make it to be a policy in the first place? And they know that. But our politics, like I said, is always Unity Party MO. See you guys. For Ali, you can close out. You can take us.
Yes, so that Ali can close all. Let's go home for the day. Ali.
Maybe like everybody just said, this issue about taxes. Yeah, we don't know why they keep increasing taxes on our people, and the taxes they increase here make no impact on their lives. It put them in more poverty. They are getting more poor and poorer, and also we feel it here because whenever things are high in the country, we receive so many phone calls and things for help and other things. And this is why sometimes we sit here, we say some of these things, because when the country is better, I will say here we have responsibility. We will be relaxed. Liberia is our country. We have our friends, we have our family that when things are hard, it will also be hard on us here. You see, like when Mr. Kumi said when he become president, he will make sure Liberia budget can go to $1 billion, and Unity Party that they feel like, oh yeah, they have carried the budget to $1 billion. You should listen to Mr. Kumi. What are those things that he was going to do? These are some of the things to cut down wasteful spending. You can still be or buy people for the $5,000 car after every 3 years, and you want to have a better country. You want to have a better economy. No. All of these things will bring hardship in the country. You can be giving lawmakers scratch card money and you pay them 10,000, 15,000. What are you giving the scratch card? What are you giving the gas slip? These are things Mr. Kumi was talking about. You can cut down the wasteful spending. And these are things Baka campaign on. He talked about wasteful spending, so we expect this government as a rescue government to be able to cut down those wasteful spending to make a greater impact on the lives of the Liberian people. But instead, they continue to increase wasteful spending and increasing more hardship on the Liberian people. What is the change? What is the rescue? You should ask Mr. Kumi, how are you going to do this to carry the country budget to $1 million? And he will sit with you and tell you, this is why when you become a president, call other people around you. It doesn't mean that you are weak. They say 2 heads are better than 1. Liberia is all we have. And they can put hands around you. Okay, yeah, we can do it this way. We can do it that way. But Baka just surround himself with a pile of gangsters. And this is where we are heading today. He had the mindset, but he's weak. And those people around him, they are not even thinking in that direction. They are only there.
Wow, thank you. Good night, my dear brother. We have to go. But God willing, tomorrow we're chipping also with the yellow machines. Wahala, we're hearing a lot of news from within the yellow machine situation, what's going on.
The drama just too much in our country, man.
Yeah.
That's why we come here unscripted, but you got a lot of material to work with every day because things just keep uploading yourself every day.
I'm telling you, we're not bring no shit for nothing.
No. Yeah, just I mean, it's just too much, man. It's too much. Lapa be doing all the same up here. Maybe you're in trouble when you buy the rest and buy the soup.
Yeah, that just to increase more hardship.
Maybe you go to Lapa be doing your buy the rest, you buy the soup different, my man. If they put one fish in there, you gotta buy that fish. Oh my goodness. Oh, good night, guys. It was a great show, man. Thanks for the call, guys.
Yeah, man. Keep tight there.
Thank you. All of you are looking for someone. If you let me play the man one video quick, then we'll go home for the day. Yeah, let me see. That's my yellow machine, man. Yeah.
I know we had a current government that the yellow machine should stop at Ivory Coast and then they would drive all the way back home. I didn't know that. Do you know what happened? It's a yellow machine in Ivory Coast. They make a first stop there. They're going to offload the ship and then they're going to drive the yellow machine through Nema County into Monrovia. Is that how it works?
Was that part of the plan or something happened?
I don't know. Let's ask Johnson Chester. Johnson Chester, was that part of the plan?
Oh, man, this is the Unity Party government. Anything possible.
But what are yellow machine going to do in Ivory Coast?
We should be asking your man, Jeremiah Poon.
No, Jeremiah Poon is not on the yellow machine committee again.
No, man, it's
Samuka. It's Samuka.
No, Jeremiah Poon, he negotiated the purchase of the machine. He went China. He made all the negotiations. So
No, man. Again, I will say this to you. Emmanuel, you quiet. Did you tell the government to take the yellow machine to Ivory Coast? Do you know that 2 of the yellow machines were spotted in Sierra Leone? If they were spotted in Sierra Leone, the Liberia National Police went and confiscated it and brought it back to Liberia. It had Joseph Baka picture. It had everything on it. How did our yellow machine get to Sierra Leone? Now, the bunch of them in Ivory Coast. What's going on? Is the yellow machine story changing small yet? The ship, Sekou Duga said the ship couldn't come to Liberia because of one of the biggest vessels ever. It stepped on the street of Hormuz. It made the way through Hormuz and it came and stopped in Ivory Coast. Emmanuel George.
Oh, so I mean, trade routes are being disrupted maybe as a result of that. Okay.
But what would the yellow machine? What the yellow machine doing in Ivory Coast? The Liberian people got to know that the yellow machine is in the Ivory Coast. So what's happening? And I hope people understand. We hear from Samuka on this one. I will call Samuka. Samuka asked for $4 million for the yellow machine, and he used almost $2 million already, right? Just to transport the yellow machine, almost $2 million is gone. Am I correct? And Samuka will be running for election in Lofa now. Samuka is requesting more money than we pay for the yellow machine. $51 million operational fund for yellow machine. It's like you buy yourself a printer and you go buy the cartridge for the printer and more. You know that my printer here, I pay $150, but I'm paying $250 for the ink. And after 3 months, or all depends how you use the ink, you go back again and pay another $250. It's the operation here with the yellow machine. Some guy is asking for $51 million. $51 million a year. Can you imagine? This is, listen, it hit me so hard when I heard this, and the Liberian people got to hear this. The yellow machine got stuck up in Ivory Coast because we got to dredge the port. Now when I say could do that, Wahala, they didn't think about it first. The next thing is that 2 of the yellow machine was found in Sierra Leone. The Liberian National Police brought it back to Monrovia. 2, how did it get there? And I asked Samuka, he asked him for $51 million United States dollars for operation of the yellow machine. They already gave him $2.3 million United States dollars just to transport the yellow machine to set the office. The balls are back.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and part of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers giving up here and the parents from there. The welcome and life with Africa.
I live
Master.
Play Paris, who are you? I can't ask you if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And you say no money, and more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the Lofa and Grand Bazaar.
And I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. Toss you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the Lofa and Grand Bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and part of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. The work with my life with Africa. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.